Hey guys, in this video we are going to show you how to isolate mononuclear cells from blood and granulocytes from blood and how you can put them into the COMET assay to detect DNA damage. So the first thing we do is we dilute the blood one-on-one with PBS. And actually you can just pour it in, you don't have to do it very accurately. Right, you can just estimate the amount of blood and then pour in the amount of PBS. Okay, the next step would be to take a new tube and fill that with half the volume of the separation buffer or the separation solution, which is HistoPAC in this case. And the final step is that we pipette the diluted blood on top of the lymphoprep or the HistoPAC. We have to do that very carefully. So what you do is you keep your tube a little bit in an angle, and then you pipette the blood on top of the solution. So the white blood cells are on top of the lymphoprep, and you just pipette them out by using a small pipette and actually doing it as if you have a vacuum cleaner on top of the white blood cells and take them out. Stay away from the red pellet and then transfer the lymphocytes into a new tube. We want to wash the lymphocytes to get rid of all lymphoprep. Therefore we add some PBS and then we recollect the lymphocytes by centrifugation. If you want to isolate the granulocytes, you have to remove most of the liquid on top, and then you resuspend your red blood cells in the remaining solution, and then we add 3 volumes of ice-cold lysis buffer. Lysis buffer specific for lysing erythrocytes. So after lysing the red blood cells, we have a nice white pellet, and you can discard reddish cells just by decanting. Then the white blood cells are still in the pellet, and they can be resuspended either in lysis buffer or PBS before we are going to put it in a gel for COMET assay. The solution is still a little bit red, but that is because of hemoglobin, and that will not interfere with the COMET assay.
Okay guys, so now we're going to put the cells in the gel. We have here granulocytes which are diluted to 1 million cells per ml in PBS. And we have another tube in which we have isolated mononuclear cells, also 1 million cells per ml. And then I will take 50 microliters of this cell suspension and mix it with 150 microliters of 1% low melting point. I have the 2 slides, and on each slide I will make 2 gels of 70 microliters each. And then you cover it with a small cover slip. Ideally these cover slips are 22 times 22 millimeters. Okay, so now we're also doing lymphocytes. Or I should say leukocytes, because it's a mixture of lymphocytes and monocytes. 50 microliters. I'll mix it again with 1% of low melting point agarose. And then we take 70 microliters for each of the small gels. Now I will put this cold metal tray back in the fridge for about 10 minutes maximum to solidify the gels. So after the gels solidified, we can remove the cover slips. And then we will put the slides in lysis for at least 1 hour.